switched to oat milk, you quit chocolate, you're drinking the green smoothie every morning, you're doing everything right, and yet you still wake up with painful cystic acne on your jawline that hurts to smile. Hey, beautiful soul. I'm Alba, an ex-pharmacist. When I had severe cystic acne, I spent tens of thousands of dollars just trying to fix it. I tried every cream, every prescription, every miracle supplement, and after all these trials and errors, I found that there's actually a hidden acne trigger that is so misunderstood, and that is blood sugar. But before you roll your eyes and say, I've already heard that one, you really have to see this. Completely removing sugar and carbs from your diet is not the answer. The problem is not the sugar molecule, but what I call the speed of spikes. And that oat milk latte you're drinking, that healthy fruit smoothie, they're spiking your blood sugar just as hard as a glazed donut. Your body doesn't care if it came from an organic acai bowl or a candy bar. The chemical reaction inside you is exactly the same. So today, we're going to demystify why your supposedly clean eating isn't giving you clear skin and what you need to change to finally see results. First, let me remind you of something crucial. Acne is an alarm, not a disease. Your face isn't pushing you. Your skin is actually trying to protect you by sending you a message that something is internally out of balance. Those painful cysts on your jawline, they're your body's emergency broadcast system saying, hey, something's wrong down here at the factory level. And this is exactly why topicals will never solve chronic adult acne. You can't fix an internal blood sugar spike with a cream. It's like trying to turn off a fire alarm instead of putting out the fire, okay? In my Clear 90 method, we address blood sugar stabilization before we even look at the skin, because healthy skin starts underground. Just like a tree's roots, we need to nourish the soil before expecting flowers. And if you want to understand the system of your skin, go ahead and hit subscribe, because we do data over drama here, beautiful. All right. Let me break down the science in a way that actually makes sense, because understanding this cascade, this domino effect happening inside you, is what's going to change everything. When you eat carbohydrates alone, even the healthy ones, and they hit your bloodstream too fast, here's what happens inside your body. First, there's the spike. Rapid glucose entry into your blood. Your blood sugar shoots up like a rocket, and your body, it's designed to keep your blood sugar within a very narrow range, so it immediately sounds the alarm. Second, your body goes into panic mode and floods your system with insulin to manage it. Think of insulin like your body's emergency cleanup crew rushing to the scene. They're grabbing all that glucose and trying to stuff it into your cells as fast as possible. The bigger the spike, the more insulin your body releases. Third, and this is where it gets really important for your skin, that insulin stimulates something called IGF-1. That's insulin-like growth factor for those keeping track at home. IGF-1 is basically a messenger molecule, and what message is it delivering? It's telling your ovaries and adrenal glands to produce more androgens like testosterone. Now you might be thinking, wait, I thought androgens were male hormones. You're right, they are, but women make them too, just in smaller amounts. And when your insulin is constantly elevated from all of these blood sugar spikes, your IGF-1 goes up and your androgens go up, and suddenly your hormone balance is completely off. Fourth, those elevated androgens make your sebum, your skin's natural oil, thick and sticky instead of light and flowing. Imagine the difference between olive oil and peanut butter. That thick, sticky sebum can't flow out of your pores properly, so it gets trapped. Bacteria feeds on it, inflammation sets in, and boom, you've got those deep, painful cysts that seem to live permanently on your jawline. This is why what doctors call hormonal acne is often just blood sugar acne in disguise. It's a biological equation, a mathematical formula. Are you with me so far? Great. Because here's what's wild. You can have normal testosterone levels on a blood test and still have this problem. Why? Well, because it's actually not about the absolute level of hormones. It's about how sensitive your sebaceous glands, those oil factories, are to the androgens you do have. And insulin amplifies that sensitivity. When meds, sleep, and diet play in tune, the symphony of health sounds clear. But right now, your body's orchestra is out of sync, your hormones are stuck in traffic, and good thing you're here with me today because we're going to clear the roads. Now, here's where it gets really interesting and probably really frustrating for some of us. The foods breaking you out aren't the ones that you think. It's not the birthday cake you avoided last week. It's not even the occasional ice cream you feel guilty about. It's the health foods in your morning routine that you're eating with pride. To better understand this, there's this interesting concept called the naked carb. A naked carb is any carbohydrate eaten alone, without fiber, protein, or fat to slow down its absorption. And even if that carb comes from organic blueberries or gluten-free oats, when you eat it naked, it causes a vertical spike in your blood sugar. Your pancreas sees that spike and freaks out, releasing a massive wave of insulin to handle it. Let's talk about some of the biggest culprits hiding in your clean diet, because I guarantee that at least 3 of these are in your kitchen right now. That oat milk in your latte, beautiful, I need to tell you something that might sting. It's essentially liquefied maltose. That's sugar. During processing, they break down the oat fiber and concentrate the starch. When you drink it, it's hitting your bloodstream faster than regular milk. Your body processes it like liquid candy. It's a sugar injection disguised as a health food in a trendy carton. That fruit smoothie you're so proud of every morning, here's what happens when you blend fruit. You're destroying the fiber matrix that normally slows down sugar absorption. When you eat a whole apple, your body has to break down all those fiber cells one by one, which takes time but is healthier for you. But when you blend it, you've done all that breaking down, done the work for your digestive system. You've basically turned healthy fruit into a glucose bomb. Those whole apples that would take your body 45 minutes to process, now they're hitting your system in 5 minutes flat. Same sugar, 10 times faster. Even your healthy breakfast of oatmeal with a banana, if you're eating it alone on an empty stomach without protein or fat, you're sending your insulin through the roof within 30 minutes. And that insulin spike, it's triggering that whole cascade we just talked about. What about your afternoon healthy snack of rice cakes and honey? Naked carb city. That puffed rice has an even higher glycemic index than white bread. Your energy bars that say natural and organic, most of them are just dates and nuts, which sounds healthy until you realize you're eating 20 grams of concentrated fruit sugar in 3 bites. And those innocent looking dried mango slices you keep at your desk, they're essentially nature's candy with all the water removed and the sugar concentrated. 6 pieces of dried mango have the same sugar as a whole can of Coke. Here's the plot twist that really got me when I figured this out. You could eat an actual glazed donut with a cup of black coffee and your blood sugar would spike. But you know what else spikes your blood sugar just as much, if not more? Your green juice. Your acai, your clean-eating granola. And this is why you feel betrayed, beautiful. You thought you were being healthy. You thought you were doing everything right. You're spending $12 on cold-pressed green juice and wondering why your skin looks the same as when you were eating pizza in college. But chemically, you were just spiking your insulin just as hard as if you ate a donut. The difference? The donut would have made you feel guilty, so you'd only eat it occasionally, maybe once a month. But the smoothie, the oat latte, you're consuming them every single day, thinking they're medicine for your skin. You're giving yourself permission to spike your blood sugar because the package says organic. Wow. Talk about a plot twist, right? The thing is, our body doesn't read labels. It just responds to chemistry. Okay, breathe, because I'm not about to tell you to stop eating carbs. That's not sustainable and it's definitely not fun. I like to have my oats and smoothie too. What I'm going to teach you is how to change the order of operations. It's this concept of clothing your carbs. And it's one of the simplest shifts you can make starting tonight. Here's a protocol, beautiful. First, eat your fiber. Start your meal with vegetables. A few cucumber slices, some lettuce, raw carrots, bell peppers, whatever you have. This creates a protective mesh in your stomach. Think of it as laying down a safety net before the surface act begins. Second, eat your protein and fat. The eggs, the chicken, the salmon, the avocado, the nuts. These slow down your entire digestive process and tell your body, hey, we're good, no need to panic. Third, and only third, eat your carbohydrates. The rice, the pasta, the fruit, the sweet potato. Now, those carbs have to travel through the fiber mesh and the protein layer. They can't race into your bloodstream anymore. Here's the chemistry behind why this works. When you eat fiber and fat first, they create what scientists call a vicious layer in your stomach and small intestine. This physical barrier slows down glucose absorption dramatically. Instead of a vertical spike that triggers that whole insulin, IGF-1 androgen cascade that we talked about, you get a gentle wave. Same food, different order, completely different hormonal response. Tiny shift by tiny shift, beautiful, you're literally retraining your body's traffic system. Let me give you some real world examples. If you love your morning smoothie, don't blend it. Eat the fruit whole with a handful of almonds and some Greek yogurt on the side. Or add a big scoop of chia seeds and protein directly into the blender to close those carbs. If you're having oatmeal, Eat 2 scrambled eggs first, then have your oats. Or mix the eggs directly into the oats while cooking. Sounds weird, but it tastes amazing and your blood sugar will thank you. If you're at a restaurant and they bring bread, eat your salad first, then your protein. Then, if you still want it, have the bread. Most of the time, you won't even want it anymore because you're already satisfied. Going to grab that afternoon apple? Pair it with a tablespoon of almond butter. That fat will slow everything down. Now, here's what I want you to do, starting with your very next meal. Notice your eating order. Are you eating naked carbs, a banana by itself, toast with just jam, a smoothie with nothing else? Tomorrow morning, try the veggie first approach, even if it's just 3 cherry tomatoes before your regular breakfast. See how your body responds. Track it. Notice your energy, your cravings, your skin over the next few days. Remember, your acne is not your fault, but your healing is your responsibility. And you don't need to starve yourself or follow some impossible elimination diet. You just need to understand the math. Clear skin is data, not DNA, beautiful. There's a fire smoldering inside right now, an inflammatory blaze we're going to cool. But we do it systematically, one step at a time. And I promise there's light ahead because you're not broken. You're just operating on the wrong instruction manual. And today, you got page 1 of the right one. Your skin is sending messages, not punishments. It's time we started listening. I'll see you in the next one, Skin Warrior. Bye for now.